boom, we are off with another episode of Who's Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my co-host, now podcasting with two strikes. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Game of the year. That thing was wild stuff. Did you at least watch it?
How many baseball games do you think I'm watching these days?
All the Oriole games and the Met game that I'm at, where it had Alonso walking off, Vientos' first home run ever. It was chaos. And how does Buck reward them? Vientos and Alvarez both benched today. What an idiot.
Who's Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Saturdays, we post it later. We're all going to keep doing this every week for as long as we can, I guess, until some baby pops out and then my life is going to change.
Or until Montana cancels us, like TikTok.
Okay, Montana didn't cancel TikTok. They just don't want it on government devices, which I actually am for.
No, they canceled it. Montana TikTok out. I love that Google said, by the way, this is just not physically possible to just not have it in this region.
You also can just get a VPN and they'll never know what you're doing. Like Montana's
VPN
not
in Montana.
Yes, you can. That's how I went when I went to China. That's what we did. We had a VPN.
How about that? China.
We got a great episode planned for everybody. People, share these episodes. Like, we're your mother's favorite podcast, so you might as well enjoy it just the same.
My mother doesn't watch anyway.
Anita!
She might watch. I don't know what she's up to. She's hanging out.
Before we get into today's episode, Zacharias, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
Because I had to get back from Taekwondo today. I didn't do much. Back of the fridge, Sam Adams. Something ale. You?
I'm still trying to take down all these beers from the baby shower, and one of them I didn't get to was a local yokel. It is called Battle River Brewing. Apparently a lot of Civil War took place in New Jersey.
Some of it, yeah.
Blue Coat. I think those are the good guys.
They were the good guys. Unless you're talking to the people in your area, Mason-Dixon's.
Blueberry Blonde Ale. That is an alliteration. Blueberry Coat, Blueberry Blonde Ale. Look at that nice little skinny Kraken. It's more about the length and the girth, I guess, of this can. But store cold, drink fresh. Thanks, Tom's River, New Jersey. Didn't need you to tell me that. But I do. Hashtag brew it downtown.
Is Tom's River famous for anything other than just churning out like kid baseball players? That's all they're known for.
White trash for Lisa Kraken.
Oh! White trash. Is that the name of the team?
Zach, we got a good one planned for everybody here today. Calling this one episode 181. I'm late.
Didn't
for a
Julia
very
say
important
that to
date.
you like 9 months ago?
No time to say hello, goodbye.
Yes, well, there's Alice in Wonderland, but I thought...
Making sure you pick
So
up.
I don't like 50 Cent, but I get, literary references.
This happens maybe one out of every 4 or 5 podcasts where we do a whole episode on Lord knows what. Last week was all about having babies. And then the next day something comes out and you're like, De Niro, you couldn't have done that the day before.
Oh, yeah, he's potent.
All right. That's my first topic that we're going to be getting into today.
His potency?
What is he doing having a kid at age 79?
It's not ethical, but good for him. This guy fucks. No, it's not ethical. The kid's going to have plenty of money, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get to know your father. Although, look at our fathers. I take the check. So there's that. But, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it. Get his tubes tied. Then he can just plow. Then he can fuck whatever he wants. He'd be like the fountains of the Bellagio, just spraying it everywhere.
I'm with you, dude. 79. Let's be real. This kid probably won't have his father at his high school graduation.
How'd yours do it? Yours fall asleep?
I just don't know the point where you just turn and say, like, I feel bad. Like, this is really not good for business.
Not ethical.
Ethical, that's what you're going with?
Yeah, it's not ethical to the kid.
Staying with the theme of ethics and kids, let's get a little update. Remember we were talking about that WNBA coach, Becky Harmon, I think her name was? Hammond.
Suspended for something.
Oh, you didn't read the article?
I did not. I saw the little chyron go underneath.
Chyron, you know what that means?
I interned at CNBC.
Oh, stop the presses. Do more about that.
They didn't. It was a show that went on at about 5:30.
In the morning?
No. Look, please. It was a money show. Was it Kudlow and Kramer? Or no, it was the Capital Report. Anyway, so nevertheless, I met both of them. They were nice guys. But nevertheless, they would wait for the big story to come. And then when it wouldn't, at about 4:40, they realized, oh shit, we've got to do a show today. Then it's total chaos. Go home, repeat the next day. It was awful. It was awful.
Why
Like,
did they just
forget how to do the show each day? It's like, oh, we didn't learn from our mistake yesterday.
You ever thought about just going and grabbing the mic and be like, stand back, boys, I got this one today?
Well, the show was great. Behind the scenes is like newsroom, but not fun. Sans the whimsy.
I didn't know if we were going to talk about the writer's strike ever. How ethical are you if somebody called right now and said, we'll give you enough to pay your bills? Would you go work or no?
Scab. Absolutely.
100%, right? You and
well,
me?
It depends on, it depends on, I gotta try to get something here at my feet. It depends on whether or not I'm already a writer. You and me now, absolutely. But
the definition
worth it.
So what was it? I gotta know. What did you just drop that you did that for?
I didn't drop anything. I wanted to show the audience. Zombie Glove. He did a hell of a job. Every single stitch done. And he repadded the inside. Heck of a job. Now, the weird thing is the top was super broken in. The bottom wasn't. The first ball when I was playing catch just like bounced far out of it. Then I broke it back. It broke back in really quick. It was great. Guy did a bang-up job.
What was the first number?
I paid what it cost.
It took you to the cleaners.
It was $80.
Oh my God. I would have him do it again just for fun.
Yeah.
$80, you cut one of the things and give it right back to him.
The guy did a hell of a job.
Getting back to your girl, Becky Heyman.
Boo Heyman?
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with this?
I read a little bit into the story. Here's what she's in trouble for right now, and I'm curious where you stand on this. There is a player on her team who said, episode 181, I'm late, meaning that's what happens when you have women run that risk. They have the right to be mothers. She got pregnant. Well, she was going to be out of commission for a little bit. They say she was towards the end of her like heyday, like whatever her peak was, and they traded her from the league. They also got like Candace Parker as a free agent or in return or something, who I can't name many WNBA players, but I know she's a thing.
And she's a thing.
So this woman, I believe, she ratted her out. Snitches get stitches, and they suspended her for discrimination. What are your thoughts?
I'm not sure I have any thoughts.
No, you're not sure what you want to say. You have thoughts.
No, so Becky Hammond outed this girl for being pregnant?
I don't know if she outed her. It's not like she said it to her in confidence. I think the woman was pregnant, and they basically were like, all right, we're going to have to let you go or cut you or trade you or something.
I think that they should be able to withhold your game salaries for games you miss. It's not an injury. It's, essentially an elective. That I think should be about all they do. They shouldn't just. By the way, who's getting foisted? You trade a pregnant woman, now they can't play. They do a physical.
But this is like the age-old, like somebody's injured and you take a chance on somebody. Like we have this all the time in our fantasy baseball league.
It's 9 months of pregnancy plus nursing.
Meaning that they'll be back more likely.
Maybe.
If you need somebody right now, that's not the end of the world. You're like, all right, we need somebody to play for the. It's like when somebody gets injured in basketball and they're coming back.
Yeah.
A long-term investment. But she's saying she got traded. I thought that was a very interesting predicament.
Have to think about it. It's like King Solomon kind of thing. And they got a good player for. Is Becky Hammond in win now mode?
I know next to nothing more than I've already told you. Candace Parker, win now. Yada, yada, yada. Try the best.
Yada, yada. Yeah. How many games is she suspended for?
2? Like, it's not a lot.
Slap on the wrist.
What? Do you do 2 fingers?
No, yeah, slap on the wrist.
With 2 fingers.
I did 2 fingers.
Give me Vaughn.
This is you in the cutoff doing the. All right, are we going to address the Chris Webber or
took you long enough?
I bought. You had the Agent Zero because John Morant is very gunny these days.
Pew pew.
Pew.
We're not talking about that, right? Like at this point, it's just sad.
I don't know. He was on my list of things to talk about, just in general.
But it's just one of those things where how you and I always go like, oh my God, this person is a nut job. But then when it keeps happening, you got to go like, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Somebody held him too much or not enough.
I don't know. He's got gun problems. People have gun
problems. As do
I. The country's got gun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Was that the whole setup? Did you wear the tank top knowing this would come up just for that joke? Because if so, chef's kiss.
John Morant, gun issues. Booze your daddy, gun issues.
Oh, my God. She's already sponsored by the NRA.
I really do miss these nylon jerseys. But you could spill all the sauce on this. You'd throw it in the wash. It's brand spanking new.
Everybody did. It was purple Gatorade just poured down.
It was the
Great.
best. You ever see somebody eat something and they're just wipe it on themselves, just kind of like, oh, I got a story for another day and video. You'll pee yourself. It's so good about somebody who got hammered and ate way too many crab cakes.
Is it you?
No,
Is
it's
it
somebody
Allison?
no, it's like somebody you've
No.
never met. Talking about disgusting things that are pretty messy. I want to know your thoughts on this. Apparently, it's a TikTok thing. My nephew told me he was going for a Chick-fil-A salad, and I'm just like, well,
How are things at home?
Chick-fil-A has salad? He goes, no. It's not like a salad. I said, well, what is it? Uncle Alan, you take the Chick-fil-A nuggets, the waffle fries, mac and cheese, and barbecue sauce, and you mix it all.
Salad? God bless America.
You shake it up and you eat it. I was like, that sounds absolutely
Fabulous.
sounds pretty horrible, if you
God
ask
bless
me.
this fat ass country of ours.
Oh, nothing was as bad as when there was the sandwich back in the day that was, a donut, a chicken breast, and a donut.
They have it at the Met game. I tried to find out. Next time I go, I'm getting one.
I'm sure your partner didn't have any problems putting it down.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Nah, he's lost some weight, actually. He's running.
Would you eat a Chick-fil-A salad or no?
Am I buying it, or is Carson or Bryson paying for it for me?
It's $5 or $6, Zach. Does it matter?
Yeah. If one of those little pishers buys it for me, I'll eat it.
Those little pictures are pretty tight. They're monies. My youngest nephew, his birthday just passed. Happy belated to him. Shout out. And he got a present from somebody. I won't say who. And all he cares about is money, the little one. He's really my father's grandson. And he gets his present. And he starts shaking it out like, no money in there. Like, no. Chick-fil-A salad, though, I do thought that was weird, but I have had mac and cheese with pulled pork, and so I was like, I guess it's not the end. It's not that bad, but
salad.
I'm not making it.
The biggest problem is they're calling it a salad. Actually, my biggest problem is with you, Samantha. Beef. We have. Yes, go on. Cousins in New York for some god-awful show. No call, no invite. I would have treated you to dinner. I know what your mother's favorite. I know what your mother's favorite number is, and I would have given her that free meal.
They weren't coming to the Heights, buddy.
I would have gone to them, maybe. Meet in the middle.
And where's the free meal then?
We'll pay.
You would pay for them?
Maybe.
Samantha, I will send you his number. Call his bluff. There's no chance. Take
Just
those.
Her.
Yeah, those causers out. You don't want to pay for them.
Just her, not Shelby.
Zach, I gotta say, I want to add a new segment. We got lots of things. We're building programs here.
By next time.
I want my 3 favorite words.
You were right.
MLB The Show put Jazz Chisholm on the cover, and you went, "Oh, he's a Mets killer," and I said, "He stinks. He stinks." They put J-Rod. Anybody? Did you hear about your boy Jazz?
No.
Out 4-6, possibly more with the turf toe.
Guarantee he comes back when he's 4-6 against the Mets and just tortures them. Season ending.
And I'll give you that you were right at that time.
Okay. You were also we'll get to what I'm watching in a second. Then I'll give you were lukewarm.
Okay, I want my lukewarm. All right. Hey, Zach, what you watching?
Beef. It's what we're watching.
What's for dinner?
So, yeah, I did a thing. So anyway, I don't know if it's good. I think it is. Jenna loves it.
Right?
Jenna loves it. Now, for me, we're 5 episodes in.
Oh, you're in it. You're pot committed.
I'm committed. I really don't care about their stories and their little foibles off. I just want to see them torturing each other, but they don't. I keep thinking the funniest scene was when he pissed on the floor and ran. Episode 1, and he's just out. I thought the whole show was going to be like that. I don't care about their backstory and who doesn't like who.
Oh, it gets more artsy. I think it's going to go downhill for you.
It's dark downhill. I want to see pranks. I want to see prank war. That's what I thought it was going to be.
All right. I wanted to let you get through it before I got into my 2 favorite things about the show.
Icelandic and not Asian. You think Julia would be in?
And if it wasn't produced by the company she kind of works for, no, she doesn't care. That's like that. We watched this documentary back in the day called The Donut King that was all about a Cambodian immigrant who came to America and started this donut empire. Spoiler alert, he's Asian. He lost it all gambling and cheating on his wife.
They do that.
Yeah, kind of a thing. Ow!
Ow.
We're sitting there watching that
so funny.
With her family, and her older brother is just he's so into it. I looked at him and I said, "Wow, you really like this show." He goes, "If this was about a Russian family, I couldn't care less. But the fact it's Cambodians," he goes, "I'm all in. It's like family history." So Beef has 2 things that just one blew my mind. The first is, the bearded white friend with literally the only white guy in the show?
Yeah.
You have no idea who he is, right?
No clue.
He's a very famous stand-up comedian. He has a special right now on Netflix. It's called Cheeseburger. Has some good ones in there. But Andrew Santino, his nickname is Cheeto because of his red hair. He's fantastic. So
He's good.
definitely check out his stand-up. He's good. Which anything he's in, like he's in Dave, he's in This Is Us. Like he tries to get, I think he's trying to get more into like the acting type of thing. But he is a legit stand-up who is solid. And I had to rewind it maybe 7 or 8 times when they were in Vegas. And you've gotten that scene, right? Where they're kind of the whole little cop chase.
Mm-hmm.
The older, chubbier, bearded cousin friend, they're in the buffet. Did you see him parkour that rail at the buffet? I turned to Julia. I went, "Oh my God." And she was like, "What?" Like, he just jumped standing onto a metal pole, sticks the landing, and jumps off. I could not believe that was real.
Or it's 18 takes until he nailed it, but...
Or he breaks his dick in the process.
Yeah. And it was front shot, so it is him. It's not like, stunt double or Jackie Chan.
You're not going to go back and watch it. I'm telling you, it was to the point that we were Googling his background in parkour stunts. Like, it was incredible.
How are things at home? Googling it for him. Exactly.
Yeah. My little shumai can't come quick enough, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Anything else, Zachy? What you watching? That's it?
That's it. I'm watching baseball and bad sports, and now that my Kraken are out, it's nothing for me to fall asleep to. Still couldn't tell you one player on there, but I fall asleep to them every night.
I'm a hockey guy-ish. You maybe a little more at this point. Buy or sell. The worst playoffs in the history ever at this point. Like,
God awful.
You know what I actually said out loud? I wish my rival team was in it so I could root for the other team. Like, I couldn't care less about these 4 teams.
Oh, speaking of teams that I'm watching, West Ham today won, and there was a riot in the crowd, old school. One of the players had to go in and try to break it up in Holland or somewhere. Oh, yeah. It was
Are they just taking notes from Ted Lasso at this point?
Pretty much. It was absolute mayhem.
Without spoiling, are you up to date on the show?
Yeah. No, well, I didn't watch last night's.
Oh my! It's getting so sappy. You're just like, wrap this up. Kill somebody. Like, I need something to happen.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Can I do my E2?
Sure. Yeah, you too. What do you got?
Well, Mrs. Snyder has been forcing things to watch. We've been just doing really banging out shows over and over. No, she changed her name. Mrs. Muggy Snyder. Would that be better? My roommate.
Your roommate, yeah.
And it's funny because after we finish on the show, she goes, "Oh, is this going to be on What You're Watching? Is this going to be What You're Watching?" And the problem is we haven't seen anything good enough to recommend. So I'm just going to go with the best thing I saw, which I didn't love. Like, it was fine. But now they have the movie Air you can watch for free on Amazon. You've seen it or no?
No, but I'm about to spend $30 on Mario sometime this weekend. Pfft, kill me.
The problem with this movie Air is it's about the Michael Jordan shoes, which... All right, whenever, I love these dramatizations of shows. I guess I'm the idiot for not knowing the stories of these dramatizations, but when it comes to Jordans, I knew when that movie first started, like, they're going to be very successful, and this is going to happen.
Get right out of town. Spoilers.
Exactly.
The shoes make it?
They don't really do anything crazy other than you're just watching Damon, Affleck, and Bateman just act on screen. There's a great Chris Tucker scene and a Marlon Wayne scene, and you're just like, I don't care.
When I want Chris Tucker, I'm going to go Ruby Rod. The best.
Zachy, feeling jerky? Give me some quirky.
I hit some of mine already.
Am I thinking your Battleship? We said we were going to do that.
The cousins are in town. I still just going out of order. John Morant, Montana, TikTok. Okay, did you see the Carolina Hurricanes trolling people? Did you see this? On Cameo, the Hurricanes asked Jersey celebs the situation, one of the housewives, Fireman Ed, and others to say, like, hey, Carolina, you're doing great. Jersey loves you, as if it was a person's name. They are hysterical. The people had no idea they were being trolled by the Hurricanes, because they beat the Devils. Mm-hmm. It is now again. We're long turnaround of this. That was fairly right after us. Hysterical. They're worth watching. Like the idiot situation. Hey, Carolina, you're gonna do great. You're gonna go all the way. Love you, Carolina. Fucking hysterical. Martha Stewart at age 81
saw that
swimsuit show.
No,
you wouldn't
for the story easily,
and for the action. She's probably gonna make it kitcheny out of it. You'll get all chocolated up.
I was talking to a patient about this. You know the weirdest thing about her? She has one daughter who Martha Stewart's big thing was like the wedding and the decor and everything. Her daughter didn't let her plan her own. She eloped.
Yeah, good for
That's
her.
strange.
These people keep their money. They don't pay for weddings.
Wait, no, Martha Stewart's daughter. By the way, Martha
Yeah.
Stewart didn't have issues with money with all that insider trading.
Right. Exactly. So, how big of a Seinfeld fan are you?
6 to 7 out of 10.
Great. So when the telemarketer called Jerry and he goes, "Why don't you give me your home phone number and I'll try you back later?"
Mm-hmm.
That is now a law in New Jersey that the telemarketers have to, within 30 seconds or something like that, tell you where they're calling from and their number so that you have the option to call them back. This is the Seinfeld law is going to be enacted in New Jersey.
I don't hate it
Because of that. And you strike me as a man of medicine, as you're one to call yourself.
Medicine adjacent.
Right. I learned a new term today. Albularyo. Do you know what the albularyo is?
I had a bad case of it a couple of years ago.
You
It wasn't
did
good.
not. So at my office, our virtual assistant, our VA, tells myself and the other sales manager she's going to be out for a couple of days. She fractured her shoulder. Like, Jesus, you're going to be out a couple of days? You can be out longer than that.
Fractured her shoulder. Okay.
That's what she said. She's in the Philippines, and it's all done over GChat. So, and she's great. 2 days later, she's back at work today. But whoa, you're back. Are you okay? You fractured your shoulder. She can't move it, but she's in some pain, but she's okay to work. So, all right. Like, maybe was it sprained? Like, how'd you do it? She goes, I was sleeping on it wrong. And so I went to the doctor. Well, he's not a doctor. He's the albularyo.
Oh, so it's like a practitioner.
No.
Sounds like a witch doctor.
Yes. That is the Filipino term for the local tribe town witch doctor.
You're giving me not medical terms. You're giving me like the shaman of
So she went to the shaman, and his diagnosis: someone is doing bad to your family.
Pay me.
Sent her home. 2 days later, she's back in the grind. He didn't do anything. Apparently, someone in her family went to a real doctor. They're having a heart attack, but because some cousin wouldn't sign off on something, they sent him home that day. Heart attack. This is I'm dying from this. And this is over GChat, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like crying, laughing.
But in theory, if it's just one shoulder, she can tip with the other hand, right?
I suppose. I don't know. She worked a full day today, and she's back at it tomorrow. She voluntarily went to the tribe witch doctor.
The tribe?
The village witch doctor.
Oh, not that Barney?
No, the village witch doctor. It's a witch doctor, folk healer, or medicine man. I don't know what he did. He did something to her forehead, like the paper, and then she's back at it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I was dying at my desk laughing.
You need the money, man. What are you going to do?
What?
You need the money. Like,
we pay her decently, I think.
I dislocated my shoulder and worked the next day with one arm and went to kickboxing the following day.
Did you go to a witch doctor?
He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah.
Exactly. I could not believe that this is where she went with it. And she did this by sleeping, and it's because somebody is doing bad to her family.
What's the opposite of a pet peeve? Like a fetish?
Enjoyment?
Like enjoyment?
Oh.
No, I'm not testing you. I'm kind of like
a proclivity.
Okay. Do you know one of my favorite proclivities in the words
Go on.
is when somebody wants to sound smart and they use big words and they don't even get close to the right word that they're going for. It's always some like I had a person today who was talking, and we're getting into, what Julia does and the writer's strike. And I had to explain everything with as far as like the graphics and the editing. And one of my ladies goes, "Oh, I get it. She works in the cinematography."
Yes. Next to Cinnabon at the end of the mall.
I couldn't believe
that's a great store name for like cinematography is really good.
You get your pictures developed, and while you're waiting, Cinnabon.
Or a picture of you eating at each one.
We should start a cinematography business.
Cinematography's good. Ron Katz, the Angel Invest. I'm not going to ask any of those Schneider's, Itzermans, Rothensteins. They're not investing in anything.
I could not believe she said that. And by the way, straight face, like, yeah, the cinematography. I was like, oh my God.
I guarantee you, Anne is quite the cinematographer. That guy can put him away.
Any more? Or are we moving on?
That's all I got. I did the shaman. I was done for the day.
That's great. There's going to be a quick turnaround, but Pishadoo of the week. I have 11 candidates, and there's really only one right answer. I'll sprinkle it in there. Candidate number 1, Phoenix Coyotes. They play hockey in a very warm climate.
They do.
They want a new stadium, so they asked the state, the city for the money to do it. They turned them down, which means they will be relocating, and they are losing that franchise.
Good. It's Phoenix. They don't need hockey.
I
Move to some bumfuck town in Canada.
There's only so many places that there's only so many teams. I can't believe they're just going to lose a franchise like that.
Why? St. Louis has a football team.
Okay. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oakland's losing their team again, imminently. Stadium being built where the Tropicana is.
I did see that. Schwarzenegger was interviewed in some magazine. The interview was insane, but the number one thing he said, that at least I got from it, was he wants to live forever.
Good.
You know what I know about people who do a lot of steroids?
They die.
They die. You ever go back and look at the old WWF?
We've done this already. The
we did this?
I think someone reruns Macho Man dead.
They're all dead. I heard that. I thought that was great. All right. Update to a story that we can't stop talking about. Your boy, Nick Cannon, had a lot of people to wish a happy Mother's Day to because he's had knocked up. I mean, we started making jokes about it, and he had like 4 more kids since. He made personalized cards to every single one of his baby mamas, which is very sweet. Except when you give the wrong card to the wrong person.
Ooh. He tried. Better luck next year.
I got an advertisement on the Instagram. This drives me crazy. This might be a get off my lawn because I'm old. It basically was a semi-automatic water gun where it's battery powered. It's about yay big. You dip it in water and it pulls the water. You take it out, it's just boop, 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 boop. There's no pumping. There's no reloading. It sounds cool, but
it's pretty good.
I used to walk uphill both ways. Like, I'm not okay with this.
I want a Super Soaker. The original one, the 50, the green one was so good. Oh, the green ones. I might go buy one on eBay right now for more than my glove cost 3 straight.
I don't like it. These kids getting these high-powered thing. I mean, it looked like you could really go like hold a bank up. It was pretty ridiculous.
Pretty good.
D'Angelo Russell plays for the Lakers?
Not anymore, I don't think. Maybe.
He does a press conference recently. He sits down and he's promoting a drink. And he does the whole thing, and the lady from PR comes out and she's like, you can't have that out. And they had this really cute little back and forth. I don't know what he makes. I didn't look it up. I assume it's in the $30 million a year range. What the hell is he doing with a drink promoting in front of
What's
the thing?
the drink? Like alcohol or
No. Like a Logan Paul Prime type of thing.
Who cares?
It's not an official sponsor of the WNBA or the
Who gives
NBA.
a shit?
You can't do that, Zach. If you're sponsored officially by whatever.
I would do it. That's what the actual banter would make it so much better. It's a free commercial. The fact that it gets that kind of crazy press and I would start screaming about it and go viral.
Well, at the same time, we would never be talking about this if this whole little takeaway.
Exactly.
They're gonna fine him, I assume, some amount of number
and
for this.
I guarantee you that whatever swill he's peddling will make that money up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Big news last week in the sports world was the Saturday night wild card playoff NFL game is going to be only streamable on Peacock.
You're welcome. I've got it.
Yeah, I have your password. Also, I'm capable of going out and watching it or just illegally streaming it. Not that I would ever do that. People are all up in arms. Who's the Pishadoo about this? NFL, Peacock, or the people?
No, not the people. Let them eat cake. No, that's the NFL for having
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, before she got beheaded. So you know things too. What's it called? So it's the NFL for not making all their shit accessible. Just let people watch the crappy teams. But by the way, you can't watch these games anyway for the most part unless they're on. What if they're on cable? If they're on ESPN, you don't have cable. There's always a segment who's not going to have something. But don't put it on Peacock. Nobody has Peacock except degenerates. I get it for West Ham games. Degenerate. Put it on something that people have, like Netflix or Amazon. I'm okay with that. Everyone's got Amazon.
People also are not okay with any of these Thursday night games being on Amazon.
I'm not okay with Thursday night games. We that thirsty for shitty football? Those games are terrible. Just
False.
throw them away.
False. They have not had a game of last year. There was maybe one or two of the lot where it was like two bad teams. Most of those games were bad just because the teams were fine.
Because the teams are not up for a Thursday game. They're tired. Forget the matchups. The games just suck. Get them out of there. Are we that starved for football?
Yes,
are.
I am.
I am not. I am not that starved to watch two mediocre teams duke it out.
Keeping it in the football space, all these teams now are doing these big schedule releases.
I hate it.
The one that went viral was the Tennessee Titans, where they interviewed people down on Broadway.
Fantastic.
You liked it. Here was my problem. I did watch most of that video. I think some of them people are just trying to be funny and stupid. When they show the Pittsburgh Steelers logo and it says Steelers and the person said Cowboys, I couldn't take that seriously anymore.
I think they probably interviewed 200 people and picked the 6 great ones.
It said Steelers on the logo.
This is America. I don't like to read. Idiots.
From the Super Bowl halftime show, Rihanna was super pregnant, and then she came out and she had a nice little baby boy, I believe. I didn't catch if it was the first name or the second name, but I'll just spell it for you. You let me know if you can pronounce it because people are having a lot of problems. RZA.
RZA.
Yep.
Yeah?
The world is... I can't say that. I don't know what it means. You and I are old enough for listen to some Wu-Tang, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. People can't read.
Next candidate.
Be dumb.
Hear about the YouTuber who crashed his plane for views? Do you know the story?
No, but God bless him.
Crashes a plane, jumps out, plane will be going to jail for 19 years, they're saying.
Why? Reckless endangerment? Or?
He was up in the air flying and just jumped out and the plane goes and you could kill people, man.
Oh, so he didn't plan this over ocean or something? Or I guess it doesn't
no.
even matter. I love that he didn't work it through. Good for him. 19 years. But when he gets out, he's going to crush the place. He's going to be a star. I am a star.
Vegan woman sends a very aggravated letter to her neighbor who's been barbecuing, and the wafts of food are going into her yard, and she is so upset at her neighbor.
That's it?
Yeah.
An asshole. I would have a barbecue every day if that was.
So you're with me. She's a jerk, and we just go double time to the point that
I have a party. I invite the police over to the barbecue.
The band or the company?
Both.
Don't stand too close to me, Zach.
Well done. I would invite all the cops over and feed them daily. Just okay, you got a problem with this? Yeah, talk to the chief. He's eating 6 hamburgers over there.
I'm taking it one step further. If I have a person who lives next to me and is complaining about the smells, which, look, if it's a dead animal, I totally get it. But if it's because I'm grilling meat, I am buying incense that smells like meat. I will get all the fragrances. Fuck her.
I am inviting everybody but her to this. Actually, I'll invite her too. I don't give a shit. She won't come.
And my favorite, I don't know if it's going to win. Utah woman lost her husband last year. You laughed just at Utah.
Yeah, all of it.
Her husband passed away, very sad. She then writes a children's book about dealing with grief, which is actually pretty nice. Apparently the book has been helping people out. They do a whole investigation, and they find... Do you know who killed her husband?
She did?
It was her. She killed...
But the book's doing well?
Book's killing. She's going to jail.
I don't know, man. Whatever gets it done. It's a tough world out there. How old was the husband?
You think I listen to and care about this?
I don't know. Maybe he was a dick.
Probably
because my grandfather died. We bought a book to read to Zoe when she was 3, and it actually helped a lot. So some of these could be really good. Maybe it was, worth it for society to get another one of those books out there.
Phoenix Coyotes, Schwarzenegger lives forever. Nick Cannon gives a wrong Mother's Day card. Semi-automatic water gun. D'Angelo Russell's drink. Peacock NFL playoff games. Tennessee schedule release that I didn't believe. Rihanna names her kid RZA. The YouTuber crashes a plane. Vegan woman sends an angry letter to her neighbor. And Utah woman's book on grief.
All right, so it's one of the last 3. Those are the best ones. Everything in me wants to give it to the lady who was bothered by the barbecue. I hate to say it. After thinking about this more, I think it really is the YouTuber. Because she killed someone she knew.
Whoa, she? The Utah
author,
woman. Sorry.
the author. This person could have taken out of school. Like, it's nonsense. You're using a plane to just as like a lawn dart.
Zach,
I think
I
that's
wish
really
I would have.
unethical.
I wish I would have stuck it in there because I usually kind of backload these. The right answer to this,
You just
without
just stuck it in there. I backload these. It's just awful.
Without a question, the YouTuber is the number one Pishadoo of the week. Like that is absolutely terrible.
It's wildly unethical.
But your whole because at least a lady killed somebody she knew. He could have taken out 2 people
or more, and she got a book deal. I get the book.
They made a book out of that.
Exactly. And by the way, they'll make a movie out of her.
There's gonna be so many of them. I'm so tired of it. Update your girl Liz Holmes, who did a whole
adios muchacha.
8 life sentences or no, not that many. I forget what she got. It's like 10 years.
A lot of years. No, she got some years.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. This was a fun episode. We got a quick turnaround, so start getting all your sources ready. Do what you have to do.
You didn't even discuss why you're wearing a Weber or just want to wear a jersey for the sake of having something different to wear.
Hi, I'm Alan. Have we met?
No, not in a long time.
Zachy, R.I.P. Doyle Brunson. He passed away, the godfather of poker. Tell me anything you know about Doyle Brunson.
I used to see him play on that thing on ESPN. I don't know his life story, but he was good. And he was quoted in Rounders.
Wrote the Bible on playing poker. Super system. Great. It's where Mikey McFarlane keeps his money in Rounders.
Yeah.
We out.
All right.